if I am going to be the best speedcuber ever, I'll have to go back to square one. Yeah, square one. That's the name of the puzzle. I don't mean like back to... Never mind. A solved square one looks just like every other cubic twisty puzzle, but once it's scrambled, it looks like this. Of all the 11 puzzles endorsed by the World Cube Association, square one is the only one with the unique ability to shapeshift, and because of this, many people regard it to be the hardest of the bunch. Well, it's about time I learned this thing, and to make sure I go about this as best as I possibly can, I spent a whole day crafting this big brain 6-step master plan. And the first step is to purchase a square one from thecubicle.com. Alright. Step 2, become friends with Max. Now, who on God's green earth is Max? Is a 16-year-old speedcuber from Washington, USA, who just happens to be the fastest in the world at solving the square one. Now, surely with the world's fastest solver as my BFF, I mean, learning this thing will be a breeze. But the thing is this: how does a regular schmuck like myself become friends with a literal world record holder? Max. Well, turns out if you message nicely with good intent, maybe, just maybe, you can, become friends with the world record holder. Plus, Max is just a really nice guy. As you may know, I am trying to become the best in the world at speedkeeping. And the next thing for me to tackle is your event, which is the square one, right? What I want to do for the next 7 days is at least 3 hours of practice every day to see how good I can get. Maybe possibly break the world record.
Oh man, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you can get a world record in a week.
Like, how fast do I need to get for you to tell me that you're proud of me?
Okay. 3 hours a week in
3 hours a day
for a whole week. That's 21 hours. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think if you can get a sub 45 average or sub 30 single,
woo,
then I'm gonna be very, very impressed.
It seems tough, but I feel like I would be able to do it. Hopefully.
I have hope in you. I believe in you.
By this time next week, I would share with you my stats, and I hope you'll be proud of me. I am not going to let you down.
Of course, yes.
Alright guys, so the plan for today is very simple. I'm just going to watch a bunch of YouTube tutorials, probably in like the first hour or two, try to learn how to actually solve this thing. Hopefully it gets it done.
If you're watching this video, it's because A, you think it looks interesting, B, you actually want to learn square one, or C, you're me and you've forgotten for the 3rd time how to solve.
Guys, I promise this is not math. Alright? The notation for square one just uses numbers, but I promise it's not math. It's yes, hopefully. Yes, it is now the 2nd day, and I don't think we're starting off really well. As you can see, the puzzle is not yet solved, so yes, I don't know how to solve it yet. I actually slept off on my desk yesterday. Like, I slept off while watching the tutorial. Yeah, it's been interesting, it's been fun, kind of challenging. I mean, I think it's fun to have that feeling of being a beginner. Yeah, the square one has taken me back to square one. I'm sorry guys. That being said, I'm excited for today. I am definitely going to learn how to solve it today, and let's do this. In actual fact, the square one is really not that difficult. I mean, I don't know why I was finding it hard to wrap my head around certain aspects of the puzzle.
It's hard in the sense that there's a lot of algorithms you need to learn. But besides that, I think it's not actually that hard. I think it's pretty intuitive. The
puzzle can be solved in 3 easy steps. The first step is to take the cube from whatever monstrosity of a shape it's in into a cube shape. Next, we orient the pieces of the top and bottom layers, so yellow here and white here. And finally, we permit the pieces of both layers. That's all. Right now, I'm kind of stuck at consistently getting the cube into cube shape, and that's bad because this is day 2 and my plan was to use the first 4 days to learn as much as I can, or at least enough to get me a solve under 30 seconds. It really puts into perspective just how smart this man is. Dude learned how to solve it in a few hours, with no help. Or maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if this is a Rubik's Cube channel or Nikocado Avocado. I'm obviously not going to finish all of this today. Alright, this is very highly processed. I shouldn't even be having this at all. The reason I'm eating chips is because it says so on my master plan. Why is it there? Day 3. At this point, I'm pretty much comfortable with solving the squan in the most basic way possible, but that won't cut it. I'll need to get way more efficient. Now that can be achieved simply by learning more algorithms, and not just any algs.
I think just making sure you're learning the right algorithms. You know what I mean? Just try to learn from the newest tutorials and videos.
Cube Master, Tingman, thank you guys.
Definitely work on your turning. A common mistake a lot of people make is that they like to regrip with every turn, like this. It's much better to not regrip at all, and to be kind of alternating your motion when you're turning.
I probably practiced for like maybe 6 hours on this day, just to make sure I had everything drilled in. And also, now would be a good time to tell you guys to subscribe. Yeah, like right now, while I make weird faces and reveal that it's currently day 5. We are now officially in the second half of this challenge. I've spent the first 4 days, basically learning. I want to believe I've learned enough stuff to impress Max, because for the remaining 3 days, what I'm going to be doing is basically just doing time solves over and over and over and over again, just so I can get what I've learned into my muscle memory. Hopefully I have enough time. So far I've done a total of 7 time solves, and my best time is just 1 minute and 31 seconds. So yeah, this is the fun bit. I'm ready. How many times am I going to say I'm ready? Let's get into it. Slowly and steadily, solve by solve, my times just kept going down. Someone! And finally, ending the day with a 36-second single and an average of just over 1 minute. With 2 days of practice left before I hit up Max, I'm hopeful we can beat this. Day 6. I'm a little bit under the weather. Yeah, you guys always hear me talk about being the best cuber ever. Well, that's because when I started cubing some 7 years ago, I actually did want to become the best cuber ever. Yeah, right now it's a bit out of reach, but yeah, I still want to become the best cuber at least I, myself, can ever be. Yeah, so regardless, the grind never stops. Let's do this thing. Top 30, finally, top 30. Light work. On day 7, I managed to get an average of 5 solves under 45 seconds. Sub 40 average, guys. Let's go. I eventually got my average down to about 35 seconds and also picked up a few extra sub 30 second singles to, like flex. As you can probably tell, I'm pretty happy with my results. I think I did okay, but now let's find out what Max thinks. Alright guys, stressful week, but definitely a week well spent, I would say. I mean, how many of you guys can say you're friends with a world record holder? I haven't practiced anything this much for as long as I can remember, and neither have I consumed so much chips, oh my god. And now we're left with the final and most important step of my master plan.